3. Amy Lynn Bradley, the woman who vanished at sea. A family vacation that turned into an endless nightmare. It was March 1998 aboard the Rhapsody of the Seas, a Royal Caribbean cruise gliding toward Curaçao. Amy, a 23-year-old from Virginia, had joined her parents and brother for what was meant to be a joyful Caribbean getaway. She was outgoing, athletic, a college graduate, the kind of person whose smile made strangers feel at ease. But at 5:30 a.m. on March 24th, her father, Ron Bradley, awoke and saw Amy relaxing on their cabin balcony, watching the sunrise. He went back to sleep. When he woke again, she was gone. Her shoes, ID, and all her belongings were still in the room. There were no signs of struggle. No note. No splash heard that morning. Crew members claimed Amy had been seen hours later, alive, riding in an elevator with a bass player from the ship's band, Blue Orchid. Others said she was spotted near the ship's nightclub earlier that night, dancing. Then, silence. Within days, rumors spread like wildfire. Passengers said she may have been abducted, trafficked, or sold into the dark underworld of the Caribbean. The FBI joined the investigation. Search teams scoured the ocean, the islands, even the ports, but Amy was gone without a trace. And then came the photos. Years later, in 2005, a Navy veteran browsing a Caribbean website stumbled upon an image of a young woman sitting on a bed, frightened, barely dressed. The resemblance to Amy was uncanny. Her parents confirmed it, the same green eyes, the same tattoos, the same despair. But no one could verify the photo's source. Some believe Amy was kidnapped the night she vanished, and forced into a life she could never escape. Others claim the Rhapsody itself holds the secret, that the ship's surveillance tapes were altered before authorities ever saw them. Today, when the Rhapsody of the Seas passes through the same waters, crew members whisper that the ship grows eerily quiet around 5:30 a.m. That's when some say they've seen a woman standing alone at the railing, hair blowing in the wind, watching the horizon, just like Amy once did. And when the sun rises, she's gone. Every single time. Some say she's still waiting for someone to finally bring her home. For Merrian Carver, the cruise line's darkest secret. A woman who vanished, and a cruise company that pretended she never existed. August 2004. Merrian boarded the Celebrity Mercury, sailing from Seattle to Alaska. She was 40 years old, a devoted mother and a former investment banker. To her family, the trip was sudden and unusual. She didn't tell anyone she was going. She simply disappeared into the blue. 5 days later, the ship docked. Passengers disembarked. But no one, not even the crew, reported her missing. Her cabin attendant, a young man named Domingo Montero, knew something was wrong. He hadn't seen her since the first night. The bed remained untouched, the towels unused, the room frozen in time. He told his supervisor. The supervisor told him to forget it. Instead, he was ordered to pack her belongings and mark her as disembarked. For weeks, the cruise line said nothing. It wasn't until Merrian's father, Kendall Carver, began searching that the truth emerged. When he called Celebrity Cruises, they denied she was ever on board. Only after hiring a private investigator did he uncover shocking evidence. The cabin attendant's secret journal, the company's internal reports, and the fact that no police were ever notified. The company's explanation? a clerical oversight. But here's what makes Merrian's case so haunting. Montero, the cabin attendant, later claimed he felt watched, that someone from the company was monitoring him after he spoke out. He said that late at night, in the empty staff hallways, he would hear a woman crying. When he'd look, the hallway was empty. Just the faint scent of her perfume lingering in the air. Years later, when investigators accessed internal records, they found something disturbing. Security footage from Merrian's deck was mysteriously missing for the exact time frame of her disappearance. Deleted. It was as if the ship itself had swallowed her. Today, Kendall Carver runs the International Cruise Victims Association, fighting for families who've lost loved ones at sea. He says Merrian still visits him in dreams, wearing the same coral sweater she wore that night. Always standing at the edge of a ship, staring into the dark water below. And each time he calls out her name, she turns and whispers, "You're getting closer." 5. Angelo Faliva, Coral Princess, 2009. The chef who vanished. The Coral Princess. A galley whose flavors mask the taste of loss. November 2009. Angelo Faliva, 31, Italian chef, is admired for his skill and laughter. His last seen at 8 p.m., heading from the kitchen toward the staff corridor. Then, poof. Security footage ends in a flicker, the door closes. No one saw him leave. No body is found. Forced explanations, suicide, accident, don't match the evidence. Kitchen staff grow anxious at midnight. Pans rattle on their own, ovens light without being touched. The aroma of burnt bread, Angelo's specialty, wafts from the galley at 3 a.m., though nobody has baked that night. One chef says a knife once slipped off the counter, moving as though nudged by a gentle hand. Others hear humming in the pantry, and a voice murmurs recipes on nights when wind thrums through the steel hull. During a rough crossing, the crew gathers for a meal. Suddenly, all the soup spoons clatter to the floor, without warning, without cause. In the empty kitchen, the scent of tobacco lingers, Angelo's favorite. A veteran staff member recalls seeing a shadow moving behind the fridge, only to find the space empty and freezing. Some believe Angelo still works the galley, searching for answers among steam and shadows. To this day, his name is written into legend, one slice at a time. If you're ever in the Coral Princess's kitchen late at night, will you hear him still? You've crossed from light to shadow. Stood at rails where hope vanished into black waters. 5 souls lost. 5 mysteries unsolved. Each ship sails on, carrying whispers, cold drafts, footsteps that no one else hears. So we ask you, viewer, would you sail into the mist, knowing some never return? Could you face the ocean's secret, or will you keep the lights on and stay far from the rail? Let us know in the comments, which story unsettled you most? What theories do you have? Share this video with anyone who's ever dreamed of escape, and remind them, sometimes, escape is impossible. If you felt dread, or learned something new, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to Ghostly Tales, hit the bell, and join us for journeys into even deeper darkness. Until next time, sleep well, if you can.